Hello, my name is Fluffy the Destroyer, and welcome to my channel. Yep, I've got the GameSpot guide here open to can we build a gaming PC on a console budget? So, I know there's a lot of console users out there, and well, I know I can make a PC and build a PC on a console budget. It's really possible, and to tell you frankly, it's a lot. The performance on it just, wow, it beats it. Does it mean it's better? Yes. Does it mean I can beat it on it while it's really weak? No. I'm not here to say gaming PC is better. I'm here to say that gaming PC offers you a lot more advantage than consoles. Well, let's look at the price here. And to tell you honestly, I mean, look at the date here. This is 2014, April 19. Like a month, well, it's like a year ago. It's still good. Let me tell you frankly, this is really good. I almost got the same parts, just a couple of things that changed. For example, eBay for Windows 8, I would never do that. That's my personal taste and preference. I also go with a LED keyboard because, I don't know, but for me, I'm in my basement. No, I don't live with my mom. I got my own house. It costs a lot, and I'm married, and I have a kid, so fuck off. I'm using other parts for that, but most of the time, like for the rest, it's almost the same. Almost the same. I just increased it to 8 gigs. So, a couple of things first. If you want help, oh, I forgot one here. It's PC Part Picker. Yeah, let's go there. This is the place to, I would say, to build. Well, you got building guides, you got system builds. You can go from your parts, or if you're not sure, you can go with individual parts or completed build, and you can go, let's say, I don't know, like $500 or something. So search by lowest price, and yeah, this is not. So you want to go with something around $400, $500. So let's go by parts here. Yeah, this is an extra for the DVD burner, but I always like to have a DVD burner. But nowadays, to tell you frankly, I don't think you ever need a DVD now because of the USB flash drives and all, you know, or you can download your, well, like, you know, if you don't have a Windows CD or operating system, that might be a problem, but yeah, you might need one. $20, that would say, you know, that's the standard one. It burns DVDs and CDs and all. For the hard drive, 500 gigs, that's what you need. Windows, just to give you like a comparison, Windows is about 20 gigs. And yeah, it says 500 gigs, but when you're going to install Windows and how it formats it and uses the system file, you're going to get less than 500. So you should have around 470, 460, 480, depending on what you install in Windows. And yeah, this is the Seagate Barracuda 500 gigs SATA, of course. You also have the M5A78L AM3 Plus. The AM3 Plus, let's go back here a bit. It has the AM3 Plus socket. And this one I'm going to use the FX63 6-core, 3.5 gigahertz. What does it mean? It's cheap, it's with AMD, and it works perfectly. My suggestion, if you want to build if you want to choose like a motherboard, there's a lot of, I would say, recommendations, but the first thing I look is the graphic card expansion or extension here. The more you have on a motherboard, the more it's going to cost you on average. Same thing with the memory. If you look at it here, this motherboard, let's go to the specs here. It supports the FX series. You can go up to 8350, which costs around 200. The CPU I chose costs 110. And for the DDR3 memory, you can go up to 32 gigs. You got more than enough. Usually 8 gigs is what it's what you need. That's what I'm going to choose. Yeah, when it says here OC, I would select a basic thing to say would be if you got 4 slots, well, there's 2 slots, that's not going to work. It limits it, but you got more performance. So, it's good. You got enough PCI Express slots. You got 1. That's what you need for your graphic cards. For your storage, that's what I like about the AMD kind of motherboard. All of them are using the where is it again? All of them are using the SATA 3 gig, and for the Intel one, it uses 2. No, actually, the storage devices, I think there's a problem here. If they're not, well, I don't know. It should be at 6 gig. And the Intel one usually have 2 of them at 6 gig and 4 of them at 3 gigabytes. Yeah, this one has 6 of them, so it's better. There is like an onboard video chipset, but we're not going to use that. Same thing with the sound. I use the Sound Blaster Audigy card because that's me. I like it. Same thing with the onboard LAN. So, let's get back to the motherboard here. Something very cheap, $60. That's what you need, nothing more here. Remember, we're going on a budget console PC. Well, I mean budget PC. I would say budget console, that's what I mean. For the graphic card, I choose the rather bit expensive one for the budget build, but I use this one here, the GIGABYTE GVN750. What I really like, well, it's a GTX 750 here with 2 gigabytes of memory. Yeah, PCI Express 3.0. What this usually means, just for comparison, you can maximize everything that's graphics in the game called Grand Theft Auto 4, and that game requires 2 gigabytes of memory. It is insane how much memory it required at the time of release of that game. This should keep you, like, most of the time, you'll be able to run games on high or ultra settings, depending on the kind of game, of course. I also got the some examples here. For the power supply, 80 plus certified, of course, just to make sure that your power supply is efficient. And it's also 500 watts, just what you need, nothing more. I mean, you don't have a lot of parts here that, like, you don't have a bomb here, so forget that. For the memory, 8 gigabytes, 2 times the 4. And it's, of course, running at, oh, well, it's the PC312-800, so you should have enough performance out of this one. $70 for this one. For the CPU, of course, you can choose something better, but, I mean, come on, 95 watts, first of all, and second of all, it's a 6-core, 3.5 gigahertz. And if you want to overclock it, you can, but be warned, if you do that, you're going to have to choose another heatsink. But usually with this one, it comes with a heatsink and a fan. It's usually good, but don't overclock it, please. If you don't want to look around for something really specific, you can always choose the Windows 8.1 on the same site for $100. It gives you a key, well, the license and everything. If not, you can try Reddit. If you go on the subreddit called, let's see here, Software Swap, and you, like, for example, you go with Windows 8, for example, you're going to have a couple of links here that says they are offering Windows 8 and what they want is your PayPal, so you can pay them. It's usually cheap, like Windows 8. That's up to you if you want it. These are legal, of course. Nothing is illegal of what I'm saying here. But it's up to you, so you might be scammed just like eBay. That's why I don't really like it, and that's why I'm gonna recommend it here. This, I don't know. Don't take it, please. This is, no. Don't even install it. Just throw it in the garbage, please. And, of course, the LED gaming keyboard and mouse combo. If you're playing in a basement or somewhere that's really dark, this is the thing to do. I mean, you really got to get this mouse. It lights up. It's really nice. Of course, I got the wheel and two buttons and a couple of buttons on the side. I use it for macro. I mean, well, not for macro, but for I would say personalized buttons. Like if I want to speak to someone and I'm on TeamSpeak, I just assign it to one of the buttons. It's really fast and efficient. It's also $30, well, $27. You just had the shipping fees, and you got yourself a build for $610. A couple of those things can be changed. Of course, like the graphic card, if you don't like, you can change it. Or if you're not really sure about what build you want, you can come here and you'll have yourself a system. For example, the Modest, no, not this one here. Let's see. Let's choose one. $500. Yeah, 585. The console PC, 13 ups, 13 comments, I mean. And if you look at the price, you got a couple of examples here. So you can go on pcpartpicker.com. You also have another help here on Reddit. It's called Build a PC. You can ask a question. For example, what kind of PC I can get for at the same price of a console. You choose your price, you name your price, and you're going to get a lot of help. That's what those guys are here for. I'm choosing Newegg, but you can choose Tiger Direct, but all of them were here. So all of the parts that I needed was here. And for less than $650, you can get one. Hell, you can get one even cheaper than that, you know. I had one before. Where is it? Yeah, 381. I don't like the Pentium G series. It's a bit cheap. Too cheap if you ask me. 657. This one seems really good. AMD A10. You got a custom CPU cooler. You got the the motherboard here. GIGABYTE GA F2A. FM2. A bit cheaper, of course, but what else here? 4 gigabytes. It got less memory. I don't like that build because there's one thing though that you need when you're gaming. You need a lot of RAM, and you need a lot of like the GPU and RAM. To me, those are really two important parts. Of course, the CPU, of course. Well, this is really important. All of them are really important. But what kind of performance you can get? That's what you can get. Assassin's Creed 4, of course it's 1080p, and you're going to run on Ultra with anti-aliasing. Average frame rate, 42. That's my minimum. So I would recommend putting this down to high, or something a bit more modest instead of Ultra. The things that you're going to have to, well, I would say to watch most of the time are, is it here? No, it's usually ambient occlusion and anti-alias. You really have to check for that. Those are two things in gaming that you're going to have to watch. Shadows as well. You're going to have to tune it down a little. Battlefield 4, of course, at 1080p, you're going to get it to high. Anti-alias, average frame rate. You got above 60 here. If it's on Ultra, you get it at 42. Personally, I don't like it, but I like to have 60. That's my minimum. Thief and Titan, well, for Thief, you're going to put it to Ultra, and you're going to have above than 60 most of the time with the build that I just told you. With Titanfall, same thing, but you're going to set the graphics settings to very high. Yeah. So those are the options. So let me go through the options here for Ultra. For Assassin's Creed 4, first of all. Yeah, that's the kind of thing. Ambient occlusion, shadow quality, you're going to have to set it down. Not turn it off completely, but you're going to have to tune it a bit. That's what's really going to kill your setting and your frame rate. Remember, the build I want is I would say like a console build, and that has 60 frames per second and more. A couple of things that you need, well, not that you need, but because I recommend like a computer, not only that you can use a keyboard and mouse, and if you're not used to it, trust me, once you get used to it, you're never going to go back to a controller. I do have the controller. It's the Xbox 360 wireless controller. And then there's a buttload of other inputs that you can use, like flight sticks, racing wheels. I know racing wheels are available for consoles, but you have it as well on PC. And I also use the Track IR, which detects my movements of my head when I'm inside like an aircraft or a racing game. So you turn your head to the left and the screen turns to the left. You can choose the sensitivity, of course. This is Battlefield 4 on, I think it's on high or ultra. Yeah, this was on ultra with the MSAA. So, like I said, full screen, yeah, 1080p, texture quality, post-processing, and ambient occlusion. Sometimes you're going to have to switch that either just to make sure it's set to low or something, to a low. You're going to have to mess with this a little bit. and you barely won't even notice it, or even if you notice it, you're gonna find it really fine. Anti-alias, you're gonna have to mess with that a bit too as well. On Thief, it's the same thing, 1080p with Ultra anti-alias. So you're gonna get more than 1080. I mean, more than 60 FPS here. Same thing, shadow quality. You're gonna have to mess with this a bit. Also, depending, well, yeah, the depth of field quality, texture filtering, SSAA. Sounds like a good thing. You mess with those a bit, but usually on Ultra you're going to get more than 60, I mean. Titanfall, very high. Anti-alias, 2 times MSAA. Field of view, I like it when it's more than 60, of course. Like I said, shadow details, lightning, that's okay. Shadow details, anti-alias are going to have to mess with this a little bit. And it's above 60 frame rates. Usually on console nowadays, they do have like the resolution is 1080p, but sometimes it's not really. They remove a couple of pixels on the bottom and on top. Personally, I hate it. I also see it right away. If it's not done, then they choose to tune down the graphic options a little bit. Yeah, this is what you have here. It's the Intel NVIDIA gaming PC. I'm gonna stick with AMD. So like I said before, less than $600. Of course you can choose to, oops, where is it? You can choose like your own set of keyboard and mouse. Usually in computer stores you have a set for $10 or so. Windows, sometimes they're gonna have it for like the little label instead of the whole package. They might sell it to you for 30 bucks or something. You just have to ask around in other computer stores sometimes, and also it's cheaper in the US for the for all of these parts. This is optional. I decided to put it in. If not, it's going to be less than $600. So, and if you need help to build a PC, you come over here to build a PC in Reddit. You can even ask your question, but it's really easy. So, that would be my main argument for choosing a PC instead of a console. And the number of games, holy crap. Let's take a look at the number of games and the cheap, ridiculous prices that you get. Of course, this is one of them. I also got other websites for my bundles, of course. You got the bundle stars. What else do you have here? You have bundles. Green Man Gaming. A lot of cheap prices. Yeah, pre-order for Grand Theft Auto 5. Wow. Indie Bundle. Bundle stars, I mean. You get a lot of them. For Steam, Call of Duty Advance. Yeah, $42 for now. Space Engineer, awesome game. Man, there's just a lot. There's way too many games here. I don't even know where to begin, honestly, with games. Some of them are really good. Others, well, even if you have like a Super Bomb, that's the kind of graphics you're gonna get. It really depends on the game. But if you want to have cheap prices as well for gaming, you gotta get a PC. On console, it's really rare, and even if you do, it's not enough. I usually get games that are like at what, 80% or 50% of the original price. I always seem to get it over here. If not, I'm gonna go to the oh, there's also the Humble Bundle as well. Let's take a look at that here. Yeah, right now it's the Square Enix bundle. Very awesome. Tomb Raider. $15 or more to unlock. You got Tomb Raider. Sleeping Dogs. Think of Grand Theft Auto 4. Well, Grand Theft Auto series type of game. Open world. You can beat up or kill anyone. It's in Japan. And you got a excellent melee combat system, of course. You also have Thief, Deus Ex, Kane & Lynch. Somewhat good game, but the story, oh my god, this is really, really good. Murdered Soul Suspect, really good games that you can put your graphic settings to the top. This, you'll need a big card. With the build that I made, you're going to be really surprised. Really good one. Let's see here. Zombie Army. What the hell? Yeah, whatever. Team title. What else do we have here? Team 17. Telltale game titles. Really good adventure kind of games. You've got a lot of deals here as well. I mean, Red Orchestra 2. I'm just naming what I'm seeing right now, but usually, let's go at hot deals here, for example, just to bring it an incentive for getting that, like getting a PC instead of a console. Red Orchestra 2, Rising Storm, Alien Breed, whatever. What else? What else? Light. Yeah, that seems to be it. Mountain Blade. Really good games, by the way. You have them at ridiculous prices. Look at that thing. $4, $22 for the whole collection instead. You got a lot of time and... wow. There's way too many here. Way too many. I think there's a place in here that you can choose to... let's see. Top sellers. H1Z1, Grand Theft Auto for $70, Medieval Engineer, Hand of Fate, Call of Duty, Homeworld, yeah, this one is getting back. There's another one coming back, and this one for the whole collection. There's the remastered as well. I think the remastered is the one that's coming really soon, unless it's already out. I'm not even sure anymore. There's other games as well, but what I'm saying, get yourself a PC instead if you want to play games. You have more performance, you have more choices, cheaper prices for games. There's no reason to get yourself a PC. If you don't know how to, hey, just hook me up. Just leave a comment and we're going to talk either by chat or whatever, or YouTube or something. Or you can come here at Reddit Build a PC, and you'll be able to get yourself a PC in no time. It is not complicated, trust me. So, did you like this video? Do you want to know more about PCs or how to make them, or want more choices or something? Well, just hook me up, rate, subscribe, and comment. See you later.